Hello, Internet. I haven't done this in a hot minute, so I'm on my phone here just making sure that I didn't muck something up. If you're here, let me know in the comments. Hey, it says I'm live, so I must be doing something right. It's so funny, throughout 2020, I did this every week, and I developed this live stream persona just from doing it. And before I came on here, I was like, I don't know if I remember how to live stream anymore, because it is kind of a strange thing to talk to yourself. The most awkward time is this time when nobody's quite tuned in yet, and I'm just sitting here talking. But I see that people are here, so yeah, feel free, give me a hello or a thumbs up or a something over there in the comments so I know you're here. I made a set list, which if you've ever seen me live, you probably know is really just a suggestion list. So if you have a song that you're hoping to hear, you let me know. Gosh, there's been so many things going on in the past few months that I don't even know where to begin. Brian McCloskey. Hi. Oh, man. Oh, I'm glad, Brian, that you requested that, because it's on my list. I actually put that song down, and in my head I thought, if Brian's here, I'm playing it. So, I'm just gonna warm myself up and get used to this singing on the internet thing once again, with a song that I know fairly well. It was a song I wrote, and it was one of those ones I wasn't really sure about, and then I was going to put it on my last record, and we had to cut it just because I had too many songs. My son wants to know if I can talk to him. Brayton, hello. Hi, Deborah, hello. So this song I wrote early 2020, one of the first ones I wrote for my record. I wrote it on that piano, and just in my mind, I'm remembering writing it. And it's just about comparing your lives to people that you see on the internet, or maybe people that you only know from their internet persona. And it can be really easy to go down this rabbit hole of comparing your life to this curated one that someone has put on the internet. And I think I need this reminder all the time, so I will share this reminder with you that none of it's real. It's all kind of bullshit. People only put up the things they want you to know. So this is called Window Watching. And if someone wants to tell me if my levels are okay, if something's too loud or you can't hear piano or voice, let me know. She's so goddamn pretty, I think it hurts sometimes. Bill and Rod, hello. I think she wakes up early waiting for the sun to shine. She walks a very fine line, but no one notices the way tears make her cheeks shine. Window watching, what do you see? Everybody's got it better than me. Window watching, sometimes you creep, but everybody's got something they don't want you to see. They've got it all together, their kids, their jobs, their house, the dog. And in the photographs, I don't think there's a cloud at all. But he goes out every night with someone who's not his wife. He doesn't think she notices, but everything's out in the light. What do you see? Everybody's got it better than me. Window watching, sometimes you creep, but everybody's got something they don't want you to see. see, 'cause everybody's watching me. Curate a life what I want it to be, 'cause everybody's always watching. What do you want them to see? Thank you, Deborah. Hey, Phil. She almost made a move, but everybody said to stick it out. Like they know it's called embracing the love she does without. Hello, Steven. Window watching, what do you see? Everybody's got it better than me. Window watching, sometimes you creep. Yeah, everybody's always watching. What do you want them to see? Bill, Jana. Oh, Jana's here. I'm so excited that Jana is here. Listen, I'm wearing my J Po t-shirt. Jana Pokop is one of my favorite songwriters. And I grabbed this shirt and I thought, should I text Jana and let her know I'm going to represent on the internet tonight? And then she's here. And so, I'm really excited about that. Thank you, Stephen. Hello, Bill. It's funny. I cursed a moment ago, and apparently my son is watching, and he's asking what that means. That's funny. Thank you so much, Bill. Man, guys, it has been a week. Where do I even begin? And I've written so many songs, and I'm sharing new songs with you tonight. And I don't know if anyone's watching from my hometown of Wareham, Massachusetts, but I'm going to unveil the first song that I wrote about our town tonight. Not yet, though, because it is my favorite song I've ever written. And so it's going last. You can't play your best song in the beginning because then you can't follow it. It just creates this weird dynamic where you're like competing with your own songs. It's weird. Trust me. Hang out for a bit. I'm going to be here till 8. Anyway, so many things to say. Okay, where do I begin? A week ago today, a really horrific thing happened, and you might laugh at me because it might sound inconsequential, but it's not inconsequential. My favorite restaurant in the whole wide world closed forever. And, Berklee College of Music. Okay, Jana was just referencing what I was talking about, where you can't play your best song in the beginning. It's true, they are power positions. Yeah, absolutely, first and last. Yep, Berklee is right. So Deborah and I connected over the closing of this restaurant. The restaurant had been open for 74 years, and it was like date night, that's the place you go. And night before Thanksgiving, that's where we get our takeout. Like, it's just the place you go, like after family funerals. Hi, John, thank you so much. I'm talking about my heartbreak of the week. It was just the place you go in town, and it was just out of nowhere. It's called Lindsay's Family Restaurant. And the thing is that, like, when people would ask me where to eat in town, I mean, there are lots of great restaurants, but I would just always say Lindsay's. It's just so devastating. And even, like, I'm going to cry thinking about it. My older brother, he's old enough to be my dad. And when I was in middle school, he would come pick me up from school every Thursday, and we would go to Lindsay's. And I just have so many, like, fond memories of that time with him. And I remember, my dad always got the same thing. It was just, every town has a place like that, right? Where, like, it's just the place you go. So I'm going to play you my restaurant song. I haven't actually practiced it. So I wrote it last Monday. Like, we found out this restaurant was closing at 9:30ish in the morning. And then I went downstairs and I wrote this song, and I recorded it real quick and posted it online because so many people from my town were upset. And then the local radio station called me and asked me to come perform it the next morning at like 7:30 in the morning. Guys, I haven't woken up that early in a very long time. And then to sing that early in the morning, it was a whole thing. But I did it. And I played my song. That was the last time I played this song. So I'm going to give it a whirl. And I apologize if I'm being too chatty. I talk to very few people. Oh, Bill, I would love to know that you're playing along. We're in D flat. Not a great guitar key.
When I was a little girl, we didn't have much to live on. We were scraping by. Dinners were mostly Franks and beans and Jell-O. If you were lucky, you'd be living high. But when Daddy had a very good week and they paid him a little more, he'd say to me, "Girlie, are you hungry?" And I'd be running out the door, and we'd go down to the restaurant. Down to the restaurant. Once a week my brother would come. He'd pick me up from school early. We were young. We knew exactly where we'd go. An unspoken plan, turn up the radio, and we sung. Waitress hands you the special of the day. Is there something new you'd like on your plate? You just smile, 'cause your order's not changing. Been the same for a while when you're down at the restaurant. Down at the restaurant, we would sing it out in chorus. Down at the restaurant, like generations before us, where the hostess knows you and your family, where you always like to grab your seat. She calls your name, and everything is always the same.
This is, that was me forgetting to move my lyric page. Smooth.
I remember when my grandpa died and the world crashed down before our eyes. We were hollow. Nobody had to say it out loud, 'cause knew where he liked to eat in town, where we'd all go. He used to say, "Waiter, do you remember me? This menu's in my memory. Give me the seafood platter, hot rolls, chowder in a big bowl, 'cause I'm down at the restaurant." We would sing it out in chorus. Down at the restaurant, like generations before us, where the hostess knows you and your family, where you always like to grab your seat. She calls your name, and everything is always the same. Anytime I've been brokenhearted and need to remember where I started to feel myself again, I go right down the street, grab a booth in the corner, Keno on the TV, and the healing begins. Everything's changing, it's in the air. This place that we'd count on to always be theirs for the ages. And so we turn the pages, on the restaurant. We would sing it out in chorus. Down to the restaurant, like generations before us, where the hostess knows you and your family, where you always like to grab your seat. She calls your name, but nothing stays the same. Oh, at the restaurant.
I flubbed it up a little, but oh, Dave, yeah, I'm back. Here I am. So Jana was just saying about missing, like, sitting in a diner. My mom and I were talking. Thank you. I'm glad that you like that song, Jana. That means the world to me. P.S. I know maybe you don't have time to stick around for this whole live stream, but there is a song I'm going to play tonight, and in my brain, I was like talking to you in the song, like you were the person I was talking to. So, you know, no pressure. Ken, oh, thank you so much. Thank you. So my husband just delivered me a cocktail, which is modeled after one we used to get at Lindsay's, which was the pineapple upside down cake martini. So cheers to y'all. Fun, I don't know if anybody's into like gossip or town gossip. Does every town have like a community page? So we have one for our town called Wareham Matters. And, people are very upset, people like me who are just like heartbroken about this restaurant. And, it's more than the restaurant, honestly. Like, it's the people, right? Like, in your mind, it's that waitress you always used to see. But people on the other side are like mad about, hello, Rod said cheers too. Rod is the man. But like people are angry also about the way in which the restaurant was closed. And so, I just posted this like for a healing thing for those of us who are sad, and people are angry or like commenting on my song video about how angry they are. And I'm like, I just want to be clear that I am not actually associated with the restaurant. I am just a patron. So now we're clear. Here this is my very official Post-it note set list. I'm gonna get my guitar because, guys, I have a new single coming out on Friday, and I am really bad at, well, Brian said that I was good at promotion. I feel like I'm terrible at promotion. Other people are very good at it, not me. So this is me telling you I have a new song coming out on Friday. And I really, really like it. It's different. It's different than my other work. Do you find it pretentious when artists refer to their songs as their work? This is my oeuvre. Is that guitar coming through okay? According to my buttons over there, it's coming through. So this song I wrote with my friend Rich. I met him at a publisher's workshop in Nashville. And the song he shared was just next level. And, hey, Robbie. I just loved his writing, and so I was just over the moon when he wanted to write with me. So we put this together in my very first Nashville writing week. And it's thinking about, most of us who are singer-songwriters have spent many years playing 3-hour bar gigs where they pay you like $100 and sometimes you get food and nobody's listening to you. Nobody gives a fig that you're standing in the corner. In fact, I remember like I'd do these bar gigs and people wouldn't even notice I was there, and then I would pull out my accordion just to try to get people's attention. Oh, Bill, thank you. Yeah, I love this guitar. This guitar, Bill was just saying that he loves my new guitar. This was, every wedding anniversary has a traditional gift, and 5 years is wood, and this was the gift that I received. So anyway, yeah, we've all had these gigs where nobody's listening to you, and you just feel so defeated, and, you get yourself through the moment, I think. I mean, I'd like to say it's because you just love the music, but but it's hard to just like sing cover songs and feel like nobody cares that you're there. So, most of us get ourselves through it by imagining it's a bigger stage. And okay, here I go.
Midnight, nobody's kissing me. The man I moved here with ain't missing me. It's the type of town where ain't nobody till you're making that money. Living off rice in my cabinet, trying to break into the establishment. They're not having it. It's like banging my head on the pavement. It's New Year's Eve in Nashville, and this year I will show 'em who I am, show 'em I can act it out, be rolling in a new tax bracket. I just know it, wait and see. It's not just another New Year's Eve in Nashville. Ooh. Up here making love to a microphone. Pretty folks toast the Shandon, wanna go home. I put a 20 in the jar and I'll play on this New Year's Eve in just know it. Wait and see. It's not just another New Year's Eve in Nashville. Ooh. Another gambler, another old lang syne. I ain't singing a word that's mine, but it's alright. It's alright, 'cause it's New Year's Eve in Nashville. Ooh. It's New Year's Eve in Nashville, and this year I will show 'em who I am, show 'em I can. Pack it out, be rolling in a new tax bracket. I just know it, wait and see. It's not just another New Year's Eve in Nashville. Ooh. Please don't make me sing that song again. That song didn't always have that line where I say, please don't make me sing that song again. And it is in the recording. I'm curious if it's clear why I'm saying that. Is it clear to everybody why I'm saying that in the song? And Bill, this is a Taylor 714. And we got it at there was a local music shop that was closing, and they had a sale, and you can't not buy the new guitar if it's on sale. It's just like a thing that happens. Oh my gosh. So I was just about to say this. My husband reminded me that there was for a while, you do those 3-hour bar gigs, and the song that people would want to hear was Wagon Wheel. And then all of a sudden, nobody wanted to hear Wagon Wheel. It was like this one glorious moment where you could play Wagon Wheel, and then no, you're dirt if you play it. Stephen, I have not heard of Keeley. Should I look them up? On it. Kathy, hello. Hello. I'm going to play my new song tonight. Golly, let's see. I'm going to do this song for Brian, because Brian asked about this, and I'm here, and I've got my guitar. This is another one of those songs that I haven't played a ton since I wrote it. And in case y'all didn't know, I have a Patreon page, which basically is like a subscription service for your favorite creators. And my patrons hear every new song that I write. The good, the bad, all of it. And this one I put up, it was actually a lot more verbose than I tend to be. There's a lot of words. And my friend Brian instantly was like, that's the one. And I was just really so excited they liked it. So I play different games with myself. I'm curious if other songwriters do it too. I'm going to grab a tuner 1 second. Where like melody comes very, very easily to me. I have no challenges with melody. The lyrics have always been a struggle. And for a long time, if anyone is a Tori Amos fan, I recognize that she's actually a genius. But for a little kid, I would listen to Tori Amos lyrics and be like, this means nothing. Wow. I can say words in a song. They don't have to mean anything. They can just sound cool. Which was a bad habit I got into. So for a long time, I didn't really pay attention to the lyrics. And that's been a huge shift for me because in Nashville songwriting, you have to write clearly and you have to write the way you would speak. Stephen, I will do that. On it, I will look her up. And so it's just been a real learning curve for me to focus on lyrics. And so this song was kind of an exercise in the lyrical side of things. But it also wound up being a bit of a therapy session for myself. So I grew up, and my mom and both of my grandmothers were miserably married. So much so that the main message I received from them growing up was never get married. It's the worst thing you can do.
Robbie, yes, yes. Hello, Joshua. Robbie's friend Joshua loves country music and Disney music, and I also love both of those things. So, absolutely. Hello, Joshua. So anyway, you know, my mom all told me, don't get married, worst thing you could ever do. And so I feel like it led me down some interesting paths and choices in life. But I also I started thinking, I mean, they stayed married because that's what you did. And I just often think, like, on the one hand, wouldn't it have been nice for them, to like escape and find happiness in their lives? And then what impact could that have had on me and their other grandchildren and children? I'm a big proponent of modeling. I try really hard to model for my son what I consider to be good behavior, as opposed to like telling him, We'll see if it works out. Anyway, this song I wrote reimagining or imagining that my grandmother had gotten away. It's called Lena. Lena has the dress she wore when she gave her life away. It sits in the bottom of an old sock drawer, better hidden anyway. It wasn't love, that pretty drug, that demon. It's what you did. You have a kid when you're in season. And it doesn't take long to know that you're living a lie, thinking, what did I do wrong? So the sun doesn't treat me kind. I'm all cracked up, a cup that ain't holding anything. I'm not the kind of girl who'll make you wanna sing. Lena, Lena, Lena. Lena sees the glass half empty on the counter once he's had his fill. Leaves the dirt in a trail where he walked. He never noticed and he never will. This menial material existence will take you down if you ain't found resistance. And it doesn't take long to know that you're living a lie, thinking, what did I do wrong? So the sun doesn't treat me kind. I'm all cracked up, a cup that ain't holding anything. I'm not the kind of girl who'd make you wanna sing. Lena, Lena, Lena. Lena sees those little eyes, those little hands, just a little shy. Oh, who are they gonna think that they can be? If they're looking up at me. Lena grabs a paper napkin, wiping up where the milk got spilled. Quietly, she gets to packing, leaves behind the electric bill. It seems to me that we can be who we choose. All those years and all those tears, it needed to be you. 'Cause it doesn't take long to know that you're living a lie, thinking, what did I do wrong? So the sun doesn't treat me kind. I'm all cracked up, a cup that ain't holding anything. But I'm the kind of girl who makes me wanna sing. job. Thank you. I'm so happy to see your name here. Bill in Methuen, were you at the Methuen Music Hall? Because that was a pretty epic organ. Brian, thank you for supporting that song and me. Oh man, I'm super excited that my patrons are here. I've got a number of my patrons here. This is awesome. Makes me feel like a real artist to say that I have patrons. It's like being Beethoven. Beethoven had a patron. I'm pretty sure, and someone can Google and confirm this for me, but Fur-Elise, we all know Fur-Elise, yeah? You know this thing? That thing? I feel like Beethoven composed that because he was in love with the daughter of his patron. Maybe somebody can confirm that for me. Sarah, hello! Someone is asking me if my Patreon page has 2 to 3 hour discussions of Game of Thrones or slasher movies. They're asking for a friend. That's this person here. My husband likes to listen to, he's a movie geek, and he likes to talk about movies a lot. I don't. And he also likes to listen to other people talk about movies a lot, and they sound a lot like my husband. So sometimes I just feel like I'm in this nerd vortex. I say that with love, honey. Steven thinks I'm better looking than Beethoven, and I'm going to own that. And I'm going to cherish that compliment forever. I'm going to play you a fun song. If Bill was in fact at the Methuen Memorial Music Hall, it's my understanding that people had a hard time understanding all the lyrics to this song at that show. And I'm hoping that with me at the wheel of this audio board over here, it's going to be real clear. I love Massachusetts, and I don't care what anybody says. I love my hometown too. And so I'm kind of working on, it started as just like not a real plan to write a concept album about my town, but there's something particular, and feel free to chime in here if you agree with me. There's something particular about living in a coastal community. And I haven't been to too many coastal communities in the off season. Oh yes, Bill, we met at the airport. Oh my gosh, guys, I met Bill at the airport. We were both going to Austin. He was going to a concert, and I was going to the Swerfa conference. That is so funny. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. And you know, Steven, this is wild. So anyway, the particular thing about living in a coastal community, at least here on Cape Cod, is that like June, July, things get really, really exciting. And, you know, and there's just this bustling excitement for the whole summer. And then all of a sudden, it's Labor Day, and it's just like this vacuum. And I don't know, if you've never been in a town like that, it's really strange and a little depressing. So anyway, that was what was inspiring me to think about writing a concept album about that. This song I didn't really intend to be for that, but I feel like it kind of fits. Oh, Rod is making a Fur-Elise joke. Is it fur sale or at least that's funny. Just so everybody knows what I'm talking about, I asked Bill if he had been at the Methuen Music Hall show. Guys, it's this like building. It's a building that was built to house an organ, like a pipe organ, which may have been at one point the biggest pipe organ in the United States. Someone can also confirm or deny that for me. I'm not 100% sure, but it's ridiculously big. And you're standing there singing, you're like underneath this elaborate carving of Bach's face. It's really intimidating. Stephen and Bill have known each other for 55 years. That's so funny. I'm just so thrilled that I met Bill at the airport and we're still connected. That was just, and guys, so we met, we were sitting waiting for a plane, like back to back. And then we actually both came home on the same flight too. So I was waiting to be picked up at the airport, and there he was. And we were able to debrief about our trip. Okay, so this is a song about Massachusetts. I'm on my way, Massachusetts.
still got 3,000 miles ahead. The desert's singing sweetly, but the truth is there's no other place I wanna rest my head. You caught my eye, Carolina. You're tempting me, Tennessee. But when I think about skipping stones and winding roads that lead you home, there's one place I see. So I'm on my way, Massachusetts. Can almost feel my feet at the water's edge. Try to quell the homesick, but it's useless. The summer heat, the sandy feet there in my bed. You caught my eye, Carolina. You're tempting me, Tennessee. But when I think about autumn's turn, the way the leaves there start to burn, there's one place for me. This is the Rod Abernathy solo section, or my solo section if I'm playing accordion and Rod's on guitar. Hi, Judy. You caught my eye, Carolina. You're tempting me, Tennessee. But when I think about what it would cost, the magic of the winter lost, there's one place for me. So I'm on my way, Massachusetts. My soul's made up of your history. I know you like to claim the founding fathers, but how about mermaid tails, big old whales, and piracy? Cobblestones, colonial homes, land of the free. Love or hate her, she's the state I'll never leave. Kathy feels like someday there's going to be a Grace Morrison image at the Grand Ole Opry. Maybe we can just all manifest that. Do you know about manifesting? It's just where you like believe there can be miracles. Did I just date myself with that reference? Does anybody know the song I just referenced? Egads, I need to talk to more people. I was noticing, I can see myself, I've got the computer screen's facing me. You behave differently when you're singing and looking at yourself. I did a photo shoot at the NERFA conference with Jonathan Bird, who's another amazing, he's an amazing singer-songwriter and photographer. And we're working on a cover shoot for my new album, the new album, which is coming out March 31st. So make sure you follow me on this stuff. It's called Maybe Modern. And I was trying to elicit like the Carole King Tapestry album cover with the photo. So he's taking my picture and I'm like, the whole time I'm like, can you just tell me what to do with my face? Like, if you've never done a photo shoot and nobody's telling you what to do with your face, you're just like, what do you do? Like I was just sitting there, like all of a sudden, like every part of your face feels awkward. It's so strange. And so we're looking back at some of the pictures, and the ones that I feel like I look best in are the ones where he took a picture of me looking in a mirror, because I'm looking in the mirror so I can see what my face is doing. It's a long spiel. I'm sorry, talking too much. Okay, so here's my plan. Unless anybody has any suggestions or notes otherwise, I'm going to play a song that I wrote about Alcoholics Anonymous. And then I'm going to play my new song, which is my favorite one that I've ever written. And if anybody, those are my last two songs, unless I see a request over there, in which case I'll do another song that you've requested. Deal? Deal.
Oh, Emma's listening. Hi, Emma. It's so nice to see you there. And what was I going to say? Oh, yes. So once again, I'm not really great at self-promotion. So this Friday, I have a new song coming out. It's New Year's Eve in Nashville this Friday. If you don't already follow me on your preferred streaming platform, it would mean the world to me. And if you do that, you are going to be entered to win a custom song that I will write for you, which is a really great holiday gift. I actually, if you're not watching on Facebook, I put on my personal and on my professional Facebook pages ways to enter the raffle. So if you follow me on any streaming platform or a social service, you get an entry. Rob, I'll play Ghost of It. You got it. If you purchase things on my website, you get more entries, and you get the most entries by becoming a patron. So anyway, I would really love it, and also just sharing the post would make a difference too. And then tonight, if anybody contributes to the virtual tip jar, I am also going to count that as a purchase, and I'm going to enter you in the contest. So if anybody has contributed to the tip jar tonight, you're being entered to win a song from me to you. Okay, so I'm going to do this song, and then I'm going to play, Rob has requested Ghost of It, and then I'm going to play my song about Wareham that I'm really excited about. I think this is the right key. Yep, I think this is right. That is the professional way to determine your key. Hi, Jesse. Jesus loves me. Okay, so Alcoholics Anonymous. This song, was one of the first ones I wrote, considering this concept album about my town. And I was imagining myself on my front porch just watching the people walk by the street. And a couple of people popped into my mind, and the reason they popped into my mind is they're people that I have seen go from their lowest lows to working the Alcoholics Anonymous program and being clean and having these beautiful new lives. And I just think that Alcoholics Anonymous and recovery and the process of self-work and reflection is one of the most beautiful things that human beings do, because it is so damn hard to look at yourself and undo habits, especially when those habits started because you were hurting in the first place, you know? So I wrote this intending to really just look at it judgment-free, and thinking also about, if you've ever been to an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting, I've been to a few, and in my experience, they're always in these dingy church basements that have wooden paneling that's clearly been there since the late 60s. Oh, yes. I see people saying AA saved their lives, and that is badass. Right on. It is no small feat. So I just, it's interesting, these church basements where the wood paneling has been there forever, since you could smoke inside, and, if walls could talk. So this is called Smoke Stain.
He walks by my front window every morning, clutching his soul in a paper bag. His life passed by him quick without no warning. He tells himself it ain't so bad. Quiet steps to the church basement, wood paneling, been listening since 1970. We go round and round and pray that we might change while the smoke stain stays. For $20, she's a hand with a haircut, so she can take her kids to the fast food line. One hand brings a cup of coffee. One is searching for a glass and a box of wine. Quiet steps to the church basement, wood paneling, been listening since 1970. We go round and round and pray that we might change while the smoke stain stays. Ooh. Some days I feel like I ain't got no more in, bobbing about in the open sea. Forget the dreams I had of a new day dawning. This town always swallows me. Quiet steps to the church basement, wood paneling, been listening since 1970. We go round and round and pray that we might change. We go round and round and pray that we might change. We go round and round and pray that we might change while the smoke stain stays.
Taylor fan, it's nice to see you, and I can't see who you are in the picture. I just see Taylor fan. I mean, I have guesses in my brain about who you are, but I would like to know who you are so I can properly thank you. Denise, hello. I was just thinking about you today, Denise. Oh man, all the people are here. I'm gonna have a sip of my beverage here. Thank you, Stephen. Okay, I'm gonna play Ghost of It as requested for Rob. And then I'm gonna play my new song. I almost just asked Jana if she was still here, but I don't want to put pressure on Jana. If she had to go, there's no pressure. Remembering where to capo for this song. Thank you, Christine. I will also say, okay, good, Jana. Maybe I'll just keep putting pressure on you. Guys, Jana wrote my favorite song lyric of all time, and she's just the coolest human. Okay, Ghost of It. This song is about my childhood home. If you've already heard my spiel, I'll try to shorten it a little bit. But like my parents and I stood in our driveway and our house was auctioned off. The sort of thing you see in a movie where like the Brady Bunch has to raise $20,000 in one day to save their house. Except there was no talent show and I couldn't save my house. Jana, please type to me in all caps all the time. She's here, y'all. And so, but in my mind, you know, like miracles happened and I just got myself through the moment by like, I'm just going to buy my house back. No big deal. I'm buying it back someday. That was like 15 years ago, maybe a little bit less, but I didn't buy my house back. I might never buy my house back. And allowing myself to let go of the pressure of like needing to buy my house back was such a relief. Can't even tell you. So this is the song that helped me do that. If the screen keeps wiggling, it's because I keep putting my foot on the stand that it is on. I'm sorry.
What did time do? I don't see you anymore, but I have the scars to tell, the stories of our youth. We ran our glory days were yet to come. We could be anything, we could be better than where we came from. But I was so scared, scared of leaving when the time had come. Like my granddad sitting on the same porch like he'd always done. Hometown son, down the winding road I used to know. But I'm standing here alone, you can never go home again. You can only see the ghost of it. Ooh. Ooh. Here is the church where we learn the love the Savior brings. But I never felt believing was in my blood. And here is the school where we learned the brutal things. People love you one day and then they go away. It don't matter how your heart sings. But I was so scared, scared of leaving when the time had come. Like my granddad sitting on the same porch like he'd always done. Hometown son, down the winding road I used to know. But I'm standing here alone, you can never go home again. You can never go home again. You can only see the ghost of it. Ooh. Ooh. Here is the door I used to make my escape. There are voices inside it. I wanna die 'cause I don't see one familiar face. You can never go home again. You can never go home again. You can only see the ghost of it.
Thank you, Rob, for requesting that one. I actually think that my new album, coming out March 31st, was that good marketing there? I actually think that album really only exists because of that song. I had wanted to do one song with Walt Wilkins, and he heard that, and he loved that, and wanted to hear more, and then we just accidentally made a whole thing. Christine, thank you. Guys, I'm so excited to play this next song for you. I hope I don't muck it up. Before I do that, the last little reminder that tips are not required or even requested, but they are most definitely accepted. This is my only form of income is music and songwriting, and I'm doing custom songs as holiday gifts this year. So if you have a person in your life that you feel like needs a tribute song, send me a message. I would love to work with you on that. Incidentally, I'm also doing a raffle. I'm raffling off a custom song. And so to enter that raffle, you either you follow me on your streaming platform of choice or on a social media page that you haven't already followed me on and send me a screenshot. You share my post that I put up about it. You can buy things in my store, signing up for my mailing list, and then becoming a patron. All of those things will get you a different amount of entries into the raffle. And also, if you contribute to the tip jar tonight, I will put your name in the raffle, unless you don't want to be in the raffle, and then you just tell me that. I think that I did my marketing spiel. Let me get my words, otherwise known as lyrics. I'd rather just call them words. Artists sell lyric books for their albums. I'm going to sell word books. Okay. Honestly, I'm so socially awkward, and lack of human interaction doesn't make that better. Christian, you're here just in time for my Wareham song. So, words is hard, Christian, I agree. Also, I'm just throwing this out there because I'm going to be live streaming every Monday in December. Mostly because I missed it and I missed hanging out with all of you in this way, but also because I have to do a Kickstarter for my album. And I'm trying to find creative ways to get people interested in that. So the custom songs is one thing. Would it be interesting to anybody if I, ahead of time, gave everyone a Hallmark Christmas or holiday movie, doesn't necessarily have to be Christmas, that we would all watch? It might be terrible, it might be laughably bad, but we all watch it. And then we would rendezvous back here, maybe on the 19th or something, and then like I'll do songs, but also we'll talk about the terrible movie. Would that interest anybody? Well, mention in the comments if it would interest you. I love, ironically, watching terrible holiday movies. Denise, I missed the weekly live streams too, and I was thinking about that. Like we used to hang out every Monday, and I've missed hanging out. So we're back at it for December. All right, Jan is into my idea, says Deborah. Okay, I'm gonna think about this. I will pick us a holiday movie, and we're gonna watch it, and we're gonna talk about it. Okay, my town. So my hometown is Wareham, Massachusetts. It is known as the gateway to Cape Cod, and so I've been thinking about my town a lot, as I mentioned. And, you know, like, it's cool that we have that slogan, and so many things in town are called gateway this or gateway that. But, like, it kind of implies that the town's value is in being a gateway, as opposed to a destination in and of itself. And I would put it out there to you that Wareham actually has most of the things you look for in a Cape Cod vacation. Honestly, the only thing Wareham's really lacking is the prestige name. My husband wants to know if the holiday movie I select would have wizards in it. I don't know if it's gonna have wizards in it. I haven't picked it yet. My goodness. Yeah, and I love I love Wareham, and Rob has beat me to the punch here. So I love Wareham, everything about it, and my family's been there for a very long time. I was a tour guide for our house museum. It was built in 1690. If you want a private tour, I'm your girl. I love the town. It was actually attacked during the War of 1812. Bet your history books didn't tell you that one. Anyway, I could go on and on about Wareham. But Gina Davis, it's actually her hometown, and someone recently put a post up in the Wareham community page about how, like, disappointed they were in Gina because she didn't say, like, she mentioned high school, but she never said Wareham. And she doesn't. You can't find her talking about it in any interviews. Also, you know, around here, Wareham gets picked on a little bit, particularly in the more affluent neighboring towns. You'll get like, oh, you're from Wareham. And I know it's not meant to be mean, but I just think that it's a wonderful, wonderful town. So, and we have a local militia that dresses up in period clothing for all the parades. I just love it. And so anyway, I really hope I don't muck this song up, but this is called Saltwater Country. And I guess a couple other things you might need to know. It's just that we had the oldest running nail factory in the United States. Yay! Jan's here. My Wareham people. We had the longest. Can someone help me with the type of nail that it was? The Tremont Nail Factory was a historical landmark and was the only one of its kind in the United States. And then also Little Harbor is a lovely little beach, and it's like the beach. It was called Tremont Nail, Deborah, but it's a particular type of nail they were making, and it's just not coming to my brain. And Little Harbor is the beach you go to that it's just like so many. Oh, it's just called the Tremont Nail. Oh, okay. Thank you, Deborah and Christian, for telling me that. The Tremont nail. So Little Harbor Beach is just full of, the little slipper shells. There's just like, that's the beach you go to for those. And it was kind of like, it was like our when you're in high school, like in the 50s, they'd drive to Maygoat Hill or like Blueberry Hill. Like Little Harbor was that. So anyway, I think those are all the things that I wanted to tell you before I play my song. Okay.
Ain't got a good reputation, ain't had one for a while. Don't make sense to me, everybody walks by with a smile. We are the salt of the earth, we are as real as the smile on your face. When you finally give up on the traffic on the bridge to the Cape. Sister, are you coming out with me? Bank account full of nothing and nowhere I gotta be. A cooler and a blanket and a ring on my toe. Let's get out of Little Harbor. Nobody gotta know you're with me. In saltwater country. We like tradition, we like everything as it once was. Sometimes we go to Walmart and we walk around just because. The cracks in the sidewalk have been there since my mama was young. It reminds her of summer and her dreams and the songs that she sung. Account full of nothing and nowhere I gotta be. A cooler and a blanket and a ring on my toe. Let's hide out at Little Harbor. Ain't nobody gotta know you're with me. In saltwater country. The long forgotten brother and the rich man's son. The girl who needed nothing but a face in the sun. At the center of town, our grandfather's names are etched in stone. And we can't leave the town that made us, except for maybe Gina Davis. We used to make nails, now we are the scapegoat for the drugs in the night. We're rich in coastline, a Victorian paradise. They can't see the beauty, hell, that's their burden to bear. More for you and me, 'cause we ain't going anywhere. Hey, little sister, are you coming out with me? Bank account full of nothing and nowhere I gotta be. A cooler and a blanket and a ring on my toe. Let's hide out at Little Harbor. Ain't nobody gotta know you're with me. In saltwater country. In saltwater country.
Oh man, I had so much fun recording that. GarageBand is a little bit dangerous sometimes because you can just keep adding layers and harmonies. And so the version that my patrons got of that one has a lot of stuff in it. I hear jingle bells. Oh my gosh, do we have a special guest? All right, we're going to close this out. We have a special guest, Jana. Oh, I'm so glad you like it. And Deborah, I'm so glad you like it. And Jana and Christine, thank you, everybody. All right, we have one special guest.
Is that on? Got him,
It is. All right. Can you say hello to everybody? Say hello. Hello. Say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you for hanging out, everybody. Have a good night.
Bye.